Okay, so for my first video, I'm going to show you where the different robots are in Fachnacht, um, so that you know where to look for them. The woodmaker is going to be here. You can collect wood all around, and then you'll drop it off right here. The second is going to be for beeswax, which is going to be in this house. He will be right here, and you will drop off the beeswax into this box. The wood is 50, the beeswax is 10. There is a decorator one who will be in here. You will have to pick 4 different decorations from around the room. There will be, I don't remember what he's called, but basically you're donating intestines. He will be right here, and you will drop them off here. You get these from all of the little squirrels, rabbits, chickens, everything laying around. There is a music maker over here. You will often see people who are away from keyboard, who are just collecting the rewards, that will sit here and play the instruments. But you do have to actually click on the robot to start the music. So just because you see people over here playing instruments doesn't always mean that they've actually kicked it off. In this house, in the back, there is a robot that will collect eggs from the stream that you will then drop off in this pot. I think it's 20. And there are a couple of different places along here to collect them. Oops. There will be little places along the water where you collect the eggs. I think they're only here when you're actually collecting them, so I can't show you exactly where they are. But there are several different, like I think this is one of the spots where there's they're kind of all around. Then there is killing the honey beasts. And by the way, these little beehives is where you get the beeswax for the one that I already showed you. But this one will be back here, and you will have to kill 3 honey beasts. They can appear wherever, but frequently they're actually behind this building. They will frequently appear back here. But they could really be anywhere. And then the last one is in this house, and you will be turning in these steins that you can find kind of all over. There's some in here, like there's one right there. They're just kind of all over the place. They're always in the same places though, so once you learn where they are, you'll know where to find them. There's one, there's one, there's one right there, there's another one. And you have to bring him 10, but not all of them actually count. So those are the robots that you'll kind of start the process with. And then they'll march down here. The first area is to kill the rad toads. Each person kind of has their own favorite place to stand. Toads will come from across. Some of them will come from that direction, and then some of them will come from behind the honey house over here, and from down in the stream. And then the second area that we are marching to now is going to be over here. And it will be super mutants coming both from in front and kind of off to the sides over here, as well as behind. So you definitely kind of have to check both areas. You kind of start to learn the order that things come out in, so you know where to look, but And you will also hear the lead robot, his music kind of does a downturn right before he's fixing to start an area and before he ends it to move on to the next area. This event does get nuked a lot, mainly because of the away from keyboard people. I am not one that actually cares, but some people do. Although I will say it does get frustrating when you're here trying to do everything and there's a bunch of people that are away from keyboard and you're the only one actually doing anything. That does get frustrating, but I have only had that happen a couple of times. It's pretty rare that I've actually had to deal with it. And then the last area is going to be over here. And there will be a Mega Sloth that appears that is a legendary. So you definitely want to get a hit on him. And then there will be a bunch of wolves and some stingwings. That's all I can think of. And once all of those are gone, the event is over. Sometimes you have to light the bonfire, but I've noticed you don't every time, so I'm not sure. Or maybe you do and people are spamming the button so fast that it doesn't pop up sometimes, but I really don't think you have to light it every time. And once again, people have their own spots to pick. I usually see the Mega Sloth usually is right under that tree, but he also appears down here sometimes. Sometimes he'll be behind that building, and sometimes he'll just be on the street. I usually start with aiming over here, and I just try to get a hit on him. I'm not worried about getting, yep, that's where he is. I'm not worried about getting all the hits in the world on him. So I usually just get a hit, and then I go for wolves or something else to protect the robots. You always get a legendary off of the Mega Sloth, though it's usually a 1-star. Your job, of course, is to protect all of the robots, so that's what you're protecting them from: the super mutants and the radbodes and the wolves, etc. So that's pretty much my intro to Fachnacht Day. I don't know why that person's shooting that person. Yay, I got another beret. This has been my year of the beret. Did you guys pick up his stuff? Don't pick up his stuff. That's just rude. I don't like it when people do that. But anyway, that is my little tutorial for Fachnacht Day. It runs for, I think, 2 weeks, usually a week or two, right around this time every year, right around Valentine's Day, and a little bit after. And occasionally, if I know during 2020 they actually ran it an additional time during the year, but that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it.